NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Counter play with Jacobs. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And it's 3rd down.
Hurts. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it here. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there for the Raiders.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And down inside the 15 he goes. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that...
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Means nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Random, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. To throw is Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Here's Hurts to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Raiders.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Hurts. That'll be complete to Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Jacobs. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal. They go play action with Hurts. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Raiders 14, Beats nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This is caught and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Hurts sets up to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Darren Waller, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Beats nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Shift. Watch the shift. Triple left. Left 47. Go.
Now it's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All day, every day, any day.
Off play action, Tannehill. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
To Gerald Everett. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Right. Check three. Run. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey.
They snap it to Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Let's go.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Mike check 33. 33.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some
and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
You know, we'll see if they can do it here. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Henry running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. And when he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
It's now 3rd and goal.
He gets this one to Johnson. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson from 8 yards out. And the Beats are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st down, Hurts. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the third quarter here. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Second and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll make this a second down.
At the 37-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ahead of the chains now, second and 2. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 96 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Hurts. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there for the Raiders.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side. Unfortunately,
the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Raiders on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. On first down, Tannehill. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down. Here's Brett Kern now, standing just outside his own goal line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Play action. Here's Hurts. It's complete to Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Throwing is Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for only a couple.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.